When I think about this year, I naturally think of how hard a year it's been for so many people, so many lives lost, businesses shutting down, people struggling. I can't even imagine to how big and how deep it goes in terms of the bad impact that it's had this year. I feel incredibly fortunate and grateful that we got to work, that there have been positives to take from the year, and yes, the racing season was consistent and strong, and records we broke, and but I'd say things that I'm most proud of is like the team during the initial phase of the pandemic. They united and started helping the NHS in trying to save lives. I think for me, that's a huge accomplishment and a true showing of real caring people. To make history with the team, I think it's my 8th year with the team. It's the longest stint that I've had with a team, and it's just incredible. It's incredible that we have just gone leaps and bounds. We've continued to raise the bar, and I'm incredibly just truly grateful for everyone who puts so much work in to create an opportunity for me to go out and display my ability and play my role in helping them succeed. It was an amazing race. I mean, I remember the weekend, just the track feeling terrible to drive for all of us. We couldn't get the tires working. Everyone was sliding around. It was the slipperiest surface that we'd ever been on because the tire wasn't working with the track. It was like driving around just on cold tires. It was really strange. And then the actual race itself, obviously we weren't quick in qualifying. We struggled. We didn't really know how we were going to do in the race. Some corners were completely, wet. Some corners were damp. Some corners were one wheel's worth was dry. And navigating through the lap, it was awesome. And then 3 laps to the end, all of a sudden realizing, oh my God, there's 3 laps. If I finish this off, I'm going to be 7-time world champion. That was mind-blowing, that experience. Couldn't believe that it's happened after years and years and years of questioning and potentially doubting and not sure whether it's going to happen, and flipping that negativity into positivity each time, back and forth, but never know if it's really going to work. And then I made it. So it was a real confirmation of that belief that I'd had in myself for a long time. Things that have helped me this year, I'll probably say the amazing support from the fans has really got me through, seeing the constant uplifting messages. There's been an empty feeling when the fans haven't been there. Formula One is just not the same when you come down the pit straight and you see the fans there normally. And now you come around there and there's no one there. It's just not the same. It's lost the spirit, I think. The spirit is the people and the fans, and I've really, really missed that this year. The energy that you get, or that you guys give. I don't think people realize just how unbelievable that the light and the energy you guys have and you project. It's electrifying, and it's contagious. And yeah, this year we've not had that, so had to try and substitute it with something else that's not as good. But yeah, I really hope that next year, I hope this thing gets out of our way before as soon as possible, so we can get back to coming together, going to festivals, doing the races, and coming together and being in a positive bubble, Yeah, the W11 has been every year it's a piece of art, and it's a masterpiece designed to perfection by a large group of people. But every time we get that masterpiece, I have to go out and, of course, have it with it and find its limitations, find places that it's unhappy to go to, and figure out why, and communicate that with a group of people that I work with to figure out how we can get it to go further, to extend, to go longer, to be faster, and that's an amazing journey you go on during the year. And it's definitely sad at the end of a season when you get in for the last time and you know that's the last time you're going to be driving the car. And I think it's the growth, it's the journey that we all go through as a team, the highs and lows, and particularly the lows, where we really have to pull together. There's a bunch of stuff that we got to do. There's a bunch of stuff that I've got to do. I've got to try and help more young kids get through school. I've got to help more young kids get into university, and I've got to help more kids get into Formula One and into engineering. There's just an endless amount of stuff to do, and there's not an endless amount of time. So becoming more efficient, acting on things you say, pulling together people who are talented and who are driven and who are on a similar wavelength to you, pull them together and utilizing, getting people working. That's what I'm driven to do. I think it's been important this year, to speak out and not stay silent, particularly when there's so many issues around the world, and a lot of us feel like we are made to stay silent or have to stay silent because that's what people expect, or that's what the system wants you to do. So I think it's been an empowering year in freeing myself and being open to speak, and I think hopefully encourage other people to do the same. Hamilton Straight, I mean, what an honor, and I am so grateful to the BRDC to be honored like this, and knowing that they haven't done that with any other driver, really. Yeah, just to know they have a Hamilton Straight. So even if my life ends tomorrow, the Hamilton name will always be there, which is really, I feel like I've got my granddad's name there, and that's a really proud thing for me. I don't really remind myself of my dreams. I kind of just at the beginning of the year jot down the things that I want to do and aspirations, and 1 to 10. And then when I get to the track at the start of the season, I have a book and I write at the beginning what my goal is. And I never look at it again. And then at the end of the year, I come back and write whether I reached that goal.